What's up, everybody? Today's going to be a harvest video. We usually start harvesting a few days early. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is our main harvest day. All I'm gonna get today is tomatillos and zucchini. Got to keep up on zucchini throughout the week. But we'll take a quick look around the garden and then we'll get started harvesting. So one thing we are doing good this year is with these peppers up front here. The gypsy peppers just keep giving and giving, along with our banana peppers. I'll pick these on Friday when I pick beans. That way they stay good and fresh. I can pick peppers on Thursdays too, but I'm gonna go out to Harmon and check out that garden plot out there and see how it's doing. Our poblano plants are getting rather tall, and that's exciting. I know I saw, yeah, there's a pretty good looking one there. Poblano is one of my favorites, so we'll have a few for market. Still waiting on habaneros to do their thing. Oh, and I think we got one. So it looks like I'll be able to bring one of those down. Actually, a few. I like to take an inventory of the garden before I start harvesting for the week. See what I need to work on. These are ghost peppers. They're still a little ways away. Lunchbox peppers, some nice looking bell peppers. Our beets are coming up. We had a lot of rain over the weekend and it really took its toll, not only on the soil and causing some erosion down this hill, but just beating up some of the plants. These are our green bean plants. We were a little hard on them the first time we picked. So this week I'm going to take out this back row, and I'll have to wait to probably plant anything in this row because I'd like to make whole rows when I'm planting. It's just easier for flipping beds. Just a quick look at the tomato plants up front here. These have actually bounced back pretty good since we went through and we took away a lot of the dead leaves, which is good because we seem to struggle with that here, but it'll be a good tomato harvest. Tomatillos, cleaned those up a bit, got rid of some branches, and got them trellising up the rest of the way. This is a look at the lettuce and cucumbers I planted a couple weeks ago. Lettuce is coming in. Cucumbers are looking good. They're growing fast. I put in these T-posts, and I'll probably just put a cattle panel on it for this year. And I think I'm just gonna let them grow crazy. Next year I want to do more of a lower and lean system with T-posts. I think it'll keep the leaves from having bacterial diseases. And then up front coming in is some dill and some cilantro in the back. Zucchinis out here are doing great. Basil not so much. There's more basil around the side of the house. Parsley's still good, so we'll harvest that for sure. This dill, oh no, this is cilantro. Those are the coriander seeds. So this just needs to be pulled. Next thing we're gonna go after are these tomatillo plants. I really like tomatillos. They're super easy to grow. They do get really bushy. This cattle panel system's probably not the best for it. But there's something that we can pick a couple of days before market and they'll stay just fine. Actually, they'll probably stay, I mean, at least a week, maybe longer, just outside of refrigeration and stuff. And you want to pick them when the husk starts to split at the bottom. Tomatillos also tend to drop a lot of fruit. I have a plan next year to try and maybe even like create a tray or something, because I clean this up one week and then the next week everything drops, and then, you know, we don't, if it was just your garden, you could go through and probably eat a lot of that stuff. I'm not gonna pick it for market, but you know, it ends up being, I wouldn't say waste because we can compost it. This is what we got picked for the market, and they all look great. I think if we can get down our waste on these, it'll still be a good crop to keep in market. This is the haul from Harmon. Not too many tomatoes yet, but in a second I'll show you the plants. There's tons of tomatoes on the way. Still a few these larger cucumbers coming on there, like English cukes. I think they're like Chinese long. Got some very good looking peppers today. So I guess you can grow peppers out here. There's some cool ones in here too. I gotta look up and see what kind they are. Kind of have like stripes. I know I planted a bunch of different varieties of bell peppers and stuff, so I have the list somewhere. The seedlings were from a local greenhouse, but these are cool. Actually, I'll show you the plant real quick. It's got these cool looking leaves, and then yeah, I think it just puts out these smaller ones because I already had a few turn red that I picked, so I'll try them in a bit, see what they taste like. But let's take a look at the tomatoes. It's got to be any week now, but it's like a tomato forest back here. I just went through with the scuffle hoe and cleaned this up, but what I thought was cool is that it was 2 weeks since I've really been out here trying to cultivate, and you know, this strip took me less than 5 minutes to go through. So I think once you get it under control, you can start to manage it. And this was the first year rototilled, so it was going to be extremely hard anyway, because we didn't have time to cover it with a silage tarp. And then that's what I'm left with to try and deal with. I don't really worry about these rows. These rows, as long as they haven't gone to seed too far, I can get them out. But this stuff, this is what's really hard. This is just, it's hard on the back. It's all going to seed. It's getting big. Roots are big. It's hard to tear up. But that's what I want, is I want the roots out of the ground. It's now Friday, and the last thing I need to do is get some peppers picked from the front yard and some beans picked. Peppers are easy, shouldn't take long. The rows are nice and big and spaced. let's get to it. That's it for me today in this harvest video. This was part 1. In part 2, Jen's going to show you she's going to harvest some tomatoes and then show you how she freezes tomatoes to save for canning for later. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.